Maybe don't profane on my platform. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, we have a cameraman now.
Yeah.
Shout out Adam. We have a cameraman.
He's an unofficial cameraman for the time
Shout
being.
him out. Give him a shout out.
He don't deserve a shout out. But he's right there though behind the camera. What was that?
I'm gonna walk out.
I actually.
He goes by AO.
Yeah. Baby Ayo.
Baby
Or
AO.
little Ayo.
AO on the camera.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Anywho.
He brought these delicious snacks.
Freeze
He
dried
did,
strawberries
yeah.
and bananas.
Brought us some
Delicious.
community.
And if you want to get them
snacks.
as well, I guess you can get them in the Pod Market by Tucker. Tap in. Actually, we're
Hide the
take a
brand,
little
hide
like
the brand.
a little snack break. My fault.
Bro, they're actually really good.
They are honestly surprising. I've had a terrible day, you know.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I woke up straight to class, straight to testing, and you know, like I was not confident at all about that test.
Mm-hmm.
And you know,
Yeah, you failed.
when I left that room, all I could think was, "Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Alpha Miele Podcast."
That's right. We're back. As you can see today, like it's a little different setup. You know, it's not like this usual setup that we have. Camera might be a little like lower quality, like as it like
Actually,
from what you're used to. It might be a little more low
personally,
quality. What's that?
That's a very high quality camera, if you ask me.
Oh, my fault. He has the iPhone 15 Plus Pro Max,
16 Pro, actually,
Mega Ultra.
Ultra.
Oh, he's
My
got
fault.
money.
Yeah, but yeah, a little different setup today. But you know, like it's still like the same episode. We got Ashley Escalante here today with us. How you feeling right now?
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Kind of tired, but you know, we push through.
Yeah,
We keep going.
I think we're all tired today, honestly.
Gotta thug it out, honestly.
Thursday. Exactly. You have to thug it out.
Like always, your camera, you know, just look at them right in the eyes and then tell them about yourself a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm a junior. I'm studying digital marketing with a certificate in data analytics. And this year, it is my third semester at Alpha. My second on the board. But yeah, that's a little bit. Yay. That's a little bit about my journey so far.
Welcome, Ashley. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yep. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me again. I
Of
know
course,
last time
of
was a
course.
lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Very fun person to record with.
Yep.
Oh.
That's what like we
Start
gotta run
crying.
it back today.
Take us through your journey with Alpha. When did you join? Who brought you? How did you find us? Or how did you find Alpha? Because you were probably there before us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Was I? I was.
I think so.
I first went last year, so January 2023.
Then we were.
Cause
technically-
we started like January 2024,
No, I started January 2024 too.
so it's like same time then.
Same time.
Yeah, yeah.
I brought my friends Sasha and Pao. Shout out them because I don't know. It was my sophomore year, and I hadn't gotten involved in anything. It was my second semester, and I was like, shoot, like I need to get involved in something, and I had become pretty involved. Well, no, I don't. I try to become more involved in HVSA, but obviously with like time stuff, I just like got distracted.
Yeah.
And so that semester I was like, all right, like it's time to lock in. So we literally just saw the Instagram on our feed, like on our explore page one day. Like we didn't like look it up. We didn't like meet someone. We're like, oh, like we know
You should
someone.
come. Yeah, you was just.
We were just like, yeah, let's go. Actually, I know Sasha. She had a class with Jacobo, actually.
Shout out Jacobo.
Shout out Jacobo. And she was the one who was like, oh, like I know him. And he talks about it all the time. So like it should be fun. We have at least one mutual like we can talk to. So we went, and the first meeting we went to was the very first general meeting. And it was like where they had you throw or put your name, describe yourself in 3 different ways, and then come up the paper and then throw it.
And they gotta figure out who you are.
Exactly. And we did that, and it was a packed room. And then that was at the first meeting. That's when we found out about convention. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go to convention. Like that, like when I put my mind to something, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go. Like there's no like, oh, like I kind of want to go. I was like, no, I'm going to go. And I think we talked to Jacobo afterwards, and we were like, oh yeah, like this is really cool. And I might have told him, honestly, I have a really bad memory. So I don't even know if this is true. This might not be true. But I think I remember telling him, like, yeah, like, I'm going to go to convention. Like, I want to go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do everything in my power to go. And I did. I went to every single meeting. I went to every single event. I joined Jacobo's committee. I, like, went to every single committee meeting. And, like, I was committed.
Yeah.
Locked in.
No, I was. And sure enough, I went. And that was only after, like, my first semester of, like, going to meetings and, like, meeting everyone. But I thought everyone was really nice. It was a really great community. And you can tell everyone, like, wanted the best for each other. I didn't know about, like, corporate companies. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, yeah, this was a really good, like, stepping point. And, yeah. That was it.
Okay, so like building off of that, right?
Yeah.
You said that like you, in order to go to a convention, you went to all these socials, went to all these event meetings and everything. Going to the socials and like seeing like that like the culture that they had at the like socials, was that the reason why like you like decided to run for VP of events?
Yes. So it was actually Jacobo who advised me to. I was like, you know, I would really want to be a part of the board. I really support Alfa's mission and statement on like wanting to build a better community and build better opportunities for other Latinos, especially since they've given me so many opportunities. So I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like, worst case, like, I don't make it. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter to me. Like, I'd rather not make it than think about, like, oh, maybe I could have or maybe not. So I ran. I was so nervous, honestly. I don't think I've ever been so nervous for anything in my entire life. I remember during the screening, the pre-screening for it with just the board, this is when Pablo was on the board. Shout out Pablo, Mr. Morgan Stanley over here in New York. He's a very intimidating person, honestly. Like when he gets this like serious like face or like mode on, and he's very intimidating.
Yeah.
And he was asking the most like, he asked me a question, I think, and honestly, I didn't even know how to answer it, but I just kind of like came up with something on the spot. And I honestly thought he didn't like my answer because he was kind of like, okay. And I was like, oh man, like that's it. That's wraps for me. Like it's done. Like he hated it. But I guess not. I got through the pre-screening, so I don't know. But yeah, very
And then you
scary.
won the people's star at the end of it all.
Yeah.
So that was good too.
Got the people's vote. But yeah, that was it.
Speaking about e-board positions, are you planning on doing any more or running for
Honestly,
anything?
I don't know. My next year will be my senior year. I don't know. Maybe I have enough energy for another term, but I don't know. I think with events, that's done. So my position's open if anyone wants it for next year.
Do you have any advice for
Run for
anybody like
events.
trying to run for that? Like specifically for events? Like
Specifically for events, I think just really bring out your personality and your character.
okay.
If you're going to do events, you know, you need to be approachable and you need to be fun. You know, people, the main reason people show up to events and socials is to like meet people and meet more of Alfa. And you can't be a part of events and like be scary or people don't like you or people don't want to talk to you.
So you have to be personable.
Yeah, be personable.
And
you
have
know.
good ideas.
Yeah,
Yes.
have good ideas. Make sure you have ideas that are for everybody. I feel like a lot of people tend to focus it more on like
What they would want to do.
what they would want to do when it's
Yeah.
really like what does everyone else want to do?
Which is a little bit harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my advice for anyone who wants to run for events. I think anyone, you know, could really run for. There's no like prereqs or like specific things you need for it. Like just show up, have good ideas. You have to want the position.
Yeah.
So not very technical. You just have to have a lot of passion for it.
Yeah, exactly.
The week leading up to convention, how did that go for you? What did you do? And how well did it prepare you for convention?
Well, great question. So when I went to convention, Isaac was the president and Pablo was the VP of professional development. So once you get the email like, oh, congrats, you're going to convention, there's a bunch of required prep sessions he did for all of us who were going to convention that we had to go to. If you did not have like a valid proof reason, like that you couldn't go to one of these sessions, you were not going. Like these were required. Like the whole point of these is to make sure everyone going to convention was 100% prepped. You know, the whole point of us going together as like an org, as ASU, is we're representing ASU.
Yeah.
So he didn't want any of us going in unprepared, or any of the companies to be like, oh, well, like I had a kid from ASU interview today and like he didn't know how to interview, or he didn't know, his resume wasn't ready. So the whole point of this is to make sure every single person knew how to interview, their resume was prepped, and that they knew how to do elevator pitches. So I think one of the things I liked the most was we got to practice our elevator pitches in front of everybody.
Oof.
And yeah, I mean, it sounds rough, but it really isn't. Like everyone in the room is there to like help each other. So you would, you know, kind of take like 10, 15 minutes with the person next to you and make a script for your elevator pitch. And then you would then like say it in front of the whole room. And then Jacobo or whoever was like your mentor at the time would tell you like, okay, that's good, or you need to fix this and this and this.
That was
So-
good. Next time, just like don't sound like as robotic. Like you're a person, not a robot.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's pretty much what I would say. Like, yeah, that sucked. Try it again. But no, they wouldn't really say it like that.
So what would be the best advice you would give to someone interviewing for the first time?
Oh, interviewing for the first
Yeah.
time, specifically at convention, I'll say do your research. Like, I think, yeah, knowing how to interview is important, but I think what companies are really looking for, specifically at convention, is you know what you're interviewing for. I feel like a lot of the times people want to go to convention, they're like, oh, I'm just going to like interview for everything. I'm going to talk to everyone. Like, no, you need to make sure you understand what did you apply for, what are you going to be doing at the internship or whatever you're applying for, who are you talking to? Like, do you even know who your interviewer is? Have you looked her up on LinkedIn? Have you looked at her previous experiences? Like, that's the most important thing. I had an interview with Vanguard on site, and I did not do my research. And that interview sucked for me. And I knew, like, when I was interviewing, I was like, yeah, like, I know this is bad. Like, this is bad. But you live and you learn. So with the Ally one, I had the next day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the time to actually prep and like learn what Ally's mission, Ally's purpose, their different offices, the role that I'm applying for. Like I literally studied the whole description and like the requirements and like literally the whole page I studied. So when I went to talk to her, she was like, oh, wow, she was really impressed by the fact that I knew everything and I knew what I was applying for. And the person that interviewed me was Holly and Jacobo, obviously intern at Ally the year before or that summer. So I kind of had like a one-up on like who Holly was. So I got to ask her questions about, you know, what she did or how long she's been at Ally or... she's a part of the Alpha Charlotte chapter, so I kind of like asked her about that, and that went way, way better. But yeah, my biggest advice: do your research.
Wait, so how do
Study.
you do research? Like, do you just go through the company's page and just
Yeah.
read everything?
Well, I would say just learn. So, for example, what company would you want to interview for at convention? Is there a company?
Google.
Google. Okay, say you're interviewing for Google.
Amazon. I want to go Amazon.
Okay,
Let me
Google,
love
Amazon.
I love
Both
Jeff
of them.
Bezos. Shout out him.
Oh, okay.
We'll cut that out.
Who said that?
So pretend you're gonna interview for Google, which Google usually does attend convention. What you want to do is you want to go on the site and you want to learn like what their mission statement is, and once you know kind of what their mission statement is, then you kind of know a little bit more about like the gist or the way the company is. Then you want to go to the page of the internship or the job that you want to apply for and study that. That's
like the description.
the description, like what you're gonna do. Also, just do like look at the news, like look up Google on the news and see if there's anything they're doing, like innovated or something.
That part I do for sure.
They love talking about that. Like, oh, I saw you guys. Like, I think it was Microsoft who was just literally like a couple days before convention published their AI. I don't remember what it's called, but they just published it, and I was talking to one of the recruiters like, oh yeah, like I heard you guys, I think it's Copilot. They just released that, and they're like, oh my gosh, no way, like there hasn't been that many people who like knew that we just released that. I was like, yeah, like I literally in the bathroom, Googled it. Like, this was not like, oh, I like came super prepared. Like, just fake it till you make it. Like, you don't actually have to be super
Ask the company
prepared.
about like something going on. Like
Lying on our resumes, right?
I mean, if you can back up the lie,
I don't
do
know
it.
about that.
yeah, that's crazy. That's
Not
kinda
on your.
crazy.
Don't actually lie, but just, you know, you don't have to.
Exaggerate.
Yes. Yeah. Just extend the truth
Slightly.
slightly, but just glaze yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of glaze. Everybody in that room is just, oh my gosh, like it is a intense competition. Like everyone in the room thinks they're better than everyone in the room.
Who has the biggest ego, guys? Let's find
Yeah.
out today.
That's literally
That's all it is.
Yeah. But yeah, there's gonna be people who you're talking to a recruiter. There's gonna be people who go up to you and just completely cut you off and take over the conversation and just leave you behind.
Yeah.
There's gonna be recruiters you talk to and they clearly don't want to talk to you and they're gonna be like, yeah, hold on, and just walk away. Like that's gonna happen and that's okay. That's
Hey, bro,
fine.
I don't think
do
my
you know
ego
who
could
I
take
am?
that.
Have you seen my resume?
I'm in alpha.
No,
Yeah.
and it's like honestly,
I know.
there's good times and there's bad times, but the biggest advice I got from like Jacobo and Pablo was, yeah, if you do really bad with one recruiter, then just move on to the next. Move on to the next one. Like there's gonna be multiple people at a booth. Just talk to everyone in the booth until you like meet someone that you like
Get along with.
get along with.
It's just to like warm up to like who you actually want to go to. So
I'm gonna go to like the most like completely irrelevant to my major or my interest.
So most of them.
Yeah, most of them. So I could just so I could get the practice, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I go to the ones that actually matter, I'm a.
They'll be like, wow, like you really prepped for this. Like we want to hire you right now. And like, oh yeah, that was thanks to everybody at Alpha. Shout out everybody. at
like
Alpha.
usually there's lines to talk to recruiters. In that line, look up the recruiter, look up the company or
Google
like,
image search.
no, yeah, literally like you don't have to do it days in advance. You can do it like right then and there. I would, if you can try to figure out who specifically you want or what specific internship or job you want, study it ahead of time. But there's gonna be a lot of stuff you learn about at convention. So just do it at night. Do it in your hotel room.
So like a good interview is like having your research and then like having questions for them as well.
That's a big thing.
Okay. She said, "What you know about love?
I'll tell you everything.
I got what you need. Woke up in the store and get what you want.
You get it.
You get what you need. So this is gonna be a question for both of you. Who in Alpha has had the biggest impact on you, and why?
That's a good question.
Why are you in the corner speaking, bro? Do you have a mic?
Bro, lock in. What are you doing?
All right, chill. Ashley, you answer this first.
Biggest impact? I don't know. I feel like there isn't really one specific person. I would say more like the org itself and the board members from the past, my very first semester and this whole year I've been on the board. I feel like obviously I was introduced first to Jacobo and Pablo.
Yep.
Shut up, Pablo.
Shout out Pablo. But obviously I went to Alpha because I didn't know like what an internship was. I didn't know what I wanted to do like after college. I wasn't obviously utilizing any of the tools I feel like ASU has given me. Like I just like went to class and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to lock in. So I feel like everybody within Alpha was already doing something. And I was like, shoot, like I need to
Find something.
find something like fast. And they kind of helped me, everybody, like Jacobo, Pablo, Isaac, they all, I feel like I used to be really, really shy and really timid. And they all kind of were like, well, if you want to get far in life, you know, you got to put yourself out there, you know, introduce yourself to people, be comfortable with having uncomfortable, you know, conversations, and small talk sucks, but you have to know how to small talk people or you're not going to get very far in career fairs. Like it sucks. It's going to be awkward. Just let it be awkward. It
Yeah.
is what it is. You know, you're not going to be able to change it. It's going to be awkward and it's just, it is what it is. So I think everybody, honestly, everybody, like Jacobo introduced me to Ally, and that's how I got my internship. You know, he introduced me to people, and I kind of went around and talked to every single person at the booth, literally every single person. and I gave my resume out to as many people as I could, and I got an on-site interview. And yeah, the rest is history.
That's what we love to hear. Stories like
But-
that. That's what motivates me to want to come to a convention, lock in,
Yes.
everything.
But yeah, shout out everybody from all the boards I've been a part of and the one from my very first semester.
Shout out to previous board.
Yes.
Diego, your turn.
I would say for me, my journey in Alpha has been pretty short. So I joined fall of 25.
Mhm.
I actually got into Alpha because of Fran. So he's our current VP. He's also Bolivian. We kind of clicked at a job.
Yeah.
So he got me into Alpha. And then obviously I met everyone. I first met Jacobo. Fran introduced me to him. Big Jacobo fan. And
Shout out Jacobo.
shout out Jacobo. And I would say that from there, I kind of met everyone. I went to the symposium. I met Ashley. I met David. Started going to the events. I met Andres through the consulting group. Then I met Isaac. And honestly, I would credit a big part of why I felt like I fit into Alpha was through Andres.
Yeah.
I think with the consulting group, it kind of gave me that perspective of it's a little more than just a club, right? It's something that you can kind of involve yourself inside and out of, which is true to anything, but I think that Alpha just felt more like home to me for that reason.
So what's next for you after this year? You know, you said that you're done with like running for VP of events. Is there anything like new that you want to tackle in the upcoming years or the upcoming year?
Oh my God.
This upcoming election, they should be pretty interesting. You know, obviously, my position is up for grabs. I will not be rerunning for events again. VP is open. I am considering it. It's hard.
I'm
you
gonna ban
know.
that soundboard.
It's hard to tell because you can only run for one position.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just considering all my options. But I think everyone, you know, if you're listening to this, try events. I think it's a really good way to dip your toes in the water.
Get your
and,
feet wet.
Yep, move
Yep.
yourself up.
Get that exposure like to people in Alpha as well.
Yes. But I think events really help me kind of come out of my shell a lot. Like, you obviously have to be a really welcoming person, and you have to make sure people actually like you so they can go to your events. You know, like a lot of the times people, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, I just come to these events, meet other people, or talk to my friends.
Yeah.
Like recently we had a paint and sip. That one, I really liked that one because it was pretty laid back and people just kind of got to hang out with their friends while like painting and just talking. So I really enjoyed that one. I think that one was one of my favorites, honestly. But
Picture of me winning the paint and sip.
yes, Bennett did
$10.
win. Mr. Picasso. It was
Indeed.
great. It was great. But yeah, I encourage everyone to do it. I think it's really fun. And if you want to do it, you can talk to me. I can give you advice on, you know, your presentation and elections and everything.
Little tips and tricks for like trying to win that election.
Yeah.
On a more serious note, Diego de la Pie Face. So like, right, you already tackled like becoming VP of events. Now like, what's next? Like, are you gonna like switch to a different role? You wanna like run for events again?
Yeah, so I mean, events itself is a year long. Most positions on the board are. However, I will also be stepping down from events. I'll be running for something else.
Okay.
So both events positions will be open. Like Ashley said, I think it's a great starting position. Freshmen, sophomores, even juniors to get involved, just to kind of, you know, see what Alpha is like behind the scenes and get that involvement with students. I did it because I didn't really have like a social aspect. I kind of just felt more like I'd rather do something more professional. But
Yeah.
I think that it benefited me in that way, which was my goal for it, right? I'm working in a team, working with our committee. So I enjoyed it. It's not that I didn't like it. I loved what I did. I just think I'm better suited for something else. The position I want to run for, it doesn't currently exist. I'm in the works of creating
That's fire.
positions.
That
So
innovation.
there'll be
right
more.
there.
There'll be more on it, but it's essentially a position that works on the general meetings and creates greater member retention within the club. Because I think that's a little structure that we could add. It might not be a new position; it might just be added on to a current position, such as vice president. But I think a lot of stuff is opening up next semester. Elections are going to be kind of crazy. So it should be very interesting. Hopefully, a lot
It's
of
gonna be
people
fun.
are welcome. Yeah,
I'm
and
Maybe I
excited.
should run this time.
You should run for,
should.
and honestly, like I think running for an e-board position puts you out of your comfort zone too, which is the
Yeah.
best thing that you can do.
It's scary. Let me tell you, like when I was running, there was a point where I was like, shit, I don't even know if I want to go up there. Honestly. Like I'd rather, like the fear of losing was almost made me back out of it. Like I was pretty close into backing out of it because I was like, I don't want to go up there and like just lose, you know?
Yeah.
Then I was like, whatever. Like I'd rather regret, like not. No, I wouldn't regret it, but I would rather not have that in my head or like, oh, well, what if, you know,
Yeah.
what if? I'd rather just know.
Okay. So Diego's doing essentially a VP of operations. Like you run the meetings type.
Yeah, that's exactly the name of it. And then there's other roles that are coming up too.
Uh-huh.
But I do think that this is one that I'd like to run just because I feel like creating that structure is something that I would be better at.
Yeah.
Whereas events, I think it's more for someone that has that creative mindset, which is something I lack of, but Ashley brings to the table. And I think that people from our committee, people that have talked to us that are eager to get into it, have that opportunity. So I'd rather give them that than not waste, but, you know, use a semester of someone's time that they could benefit from.
Okay. Yeah.
Humble.
Yeah. But yeah, I think everybody should give it a go.
E-board.
If you're creative, like Diego said, that that's not creative.
Bring some
so
good
Be
ideas.
You gotta be creative. Throw up the highlight reel
Be
again.
able to work with someone,
Mhm.
and just be really welcoming.
Mhm.
You know.
And you just gotta want it. Like you gotta keep working through the whole semester. It's not like once you get it, you're done. It's, you know, from there you just keep on working as if every day is like an interview, right? Like
Yep.
you're on the job. Even if it's a club, you're not getting paid. This goes on the resume.
It
and this
feels
is-
like a full-time job.
yeah, these are experiences you can talk about to anyone,
Yeah.
and it's beneficial in one way or another. Same with committees.
Mhm.
But of course, e-board it does have that little extra responsibility, right? And it's the title in itself, right?
It's also be prepared for the time commitment. You know, just be prepared to have that time set aside. There are some things you're gonna have to like, you know, move around and change, but I really recommend it.
Could you go a little bit into like time commitment, like a rough schedule, like for like
For
anybody
events,
that's not just like or like for creating like people that run for e-board business in general.
I would say
It
obviously
varies.
have the time obviously to
Yeah.
go to general meetings,
Mm-hmm.
e-board meetings, socials, and sometimes we have other like tablings that you also have to be available for. So
Yeah.
I would say it's about 1, 2, 3, like a 4 to 5 hour commitment a week.
Mhm.
Because I mean, socials hour, e-board meetings hour, and general meetings hour. So that's already 3 hours out of your week. Plus, you know, we have tabling events. We have other events that we have to go to for BSC.
Mhm.
So I would say a good like 3 to 5.
And you support other clubs, that's another hour. The
Yeah.
work you do outside
Oh.
of just being there, that's another like 2 hours probably.
Yeah.
But all this, you know, you can plan ahead. Like we did all of our events work in the winter,
Mhm.
and it was all pretty like set in stone. So it's been a lot of just making small edits, and it's not hard to navigate. Whereas if
Yeah.
you kind of leave it behind, it's harder. But with this being the fall semester, the summer's a lot longer. People are working. A lot of us have internships, jobs, but you still have the time to, you know, make a meeting with for external outreach, for example, Miguel and Mariana, they'll have to meet and they'll go over what they're going to do, the sponsor package, all that stuff for events. If there's 2 people, just meet with them once. Marketing, it's a lot of coordinating, right? So every
Yeah.
little job has its own niche.
Mhm.
It's just, do you want it enough? And obviously, can you do it? Which most
Yeah.
people can do a job, but
Can they do
it
it
comes
well,
down,
though?
yeah, it comes down to the will of it too. Like, do you even want to, right?
Mhm.
You gotta have that chip on your shoulder every time you like do something. You gotta con ganas.
Con ganas. Muchas ganas.
Yep. Drop the clip.
Throw up the clip. All right. Have you guys
You should have access to this.
thought about? I mean, I know you guys are in your in your later years going on.
Damn.
We are 1 year
on
old.
us old.
Diego, like I know like it's not on camera right now, but Diego came in here like in a wheelchair
Yeah.
with the
Ashley
cane
with
and
her
everything.
cane,
Yeah, they had a cane
Yeah.
and wheelchair.
Yeah.
barely walking. But
Old.
have you guys thought about like study abroads?
Yeah, I really thought about it for this semester actually, but honestly, I wanted to commit myself more into Alpha and more leadership roles because I feel like that's what I needed to work on right now. I would have loved, all my friends are studying abroad right now. I would have loved to go, but I feel like this was just something I didn't want to do. But if you really want to do it, I like highly recommend it. Like they love it. I know people have done it and they learn so much from it. You get to see like a whole other country and you get to study there also. Like if you have the opportunity to not only switch to online, but to attend like a university there for a semester, you learn a lot from it. You learn a lot about yourself. And I think you should really do it. There's a lot of resources that are available to you on campus. You don't have to go for a full semester, just for like 11 weeks, I think. But yeah, I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to study
Yeah, we're
abroad?
thinking about
Yeah,
going.
that's
That's
why I
why
was
we asked.
bringing
Yeah,
up
I
actually.
recommend it. You guys are both sophomores, right? Yeah, so I think you guys should totally do it.
Spring semester
Yeah.
in Spain.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in Barcelona.
It's so expensive though.
No,
Like
it
it's
is.
it's easy 6K right there. Plus
It-
the stuff
Yeah,
you do
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Depends if you're on scholarships.
Says the
like,
says like the Obama recipient, like everything.
oh, you have Obama?
Like, he
Mhm.
Oh,
has-
they'll
he-
pay for
yeah,
everything.
he has the whole care package, bro.
Yeah.
One of my friends is studying abroad in Madrid right now. She has Obama. She didn't pay anything.
Oh, that's fire.
Well, that's be nice.
I have
After the
the.
time commitment's too much. A full semester away from college.
Well, you don't have
Well,
to
it's
do
not
it. You don't
away
have to
from
do for a
college.
full semester.
You're in college, just somewhere else. It's not ASU.
you're
Yeah.
not taking
Yeah.
classes that are relevant to your major though. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you're,
that's
you're
what I'm
taking,
trying to
like,
do.
You're taking pain and sip. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
That's
No, no, no.
actually
You're taking classes that are just extremely relevant.
You
But
can
look.
still you switch to online and take the classes that are
Mhm.
still on your major back.
like with
Yeah.
Global Flex, they give you like exactly the classes you
like
need.
the courses, like
Yeah.
they transfer when you come back. It's like you took it, but you like.
yeah, it'll be
But you were sipping wine though.
it'll be
in
more
Spain.
so like you're taking your classes, you know,
You-
sipping wine, and then you can
yes,
take
exactly.
electives.
You are still taking the
Yeah.
classes you need. You're not falling behind.
Like
It's
technically,
just
it's,
online.
it's to a course, just a different setting, a different
pretty
atmosphere.
much.
Me personally, I think that study abroad's a scam. I think that you should only do it if you are
Yeah.
taking one major. You know, that's where you're gonna stick with.
Mhm.
Because by junior year, if you're not gonna change, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to switch majors junior year, I would not recommend going.
Okay.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, for some people it's not obvious though. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But yeah,
Who invited this guy? I think I'm gonna replace you with Diego.
Yeah.
I'd low key be a good podcast host.
It would be
Welcome to Alpha ASMR.
a lot of editing though.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to edit this episode a lot.
Yep.
The whole first like 30 minutes we were here, you cut that whole thing out, please.
I'm gonna
Please
keep like
cut
missing
any
pieces.
Some of it is staying.
controversial thing out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just
All
like
that-
every time like Diego speaks and it's like something like out of pocket. It's then I'm gonna keep.
We'll
it.
make it louder actually.
You can make a highlight reel of just that.
increase the volume. Like at the very end, it's like a 30-second clip, but it's like you so like everything that they said out of pocket. This whole time you're recording.
Include it in the Patreon.
It's gonna be like 5 minutes, not 30 seconds, bro. It's gonna be a long ass reel.
Exclusive video.
All right, what else you got for us?
Let's see. I was talking about study abroad because I was just curious about that. But
I
what about
recommend-
travel? Like, what's the one place? Yeah, like dream destinations.
Spain.
Spain.
Italy.
Mm.
What part?
Rome. Oh, actually, I take that back. Japan.
Japan.
I
100%.
actually second that. Yeah.
I
That's-
take my answer back. I want to go to Japan.
That's funny. That's like it's the same three answers no matter who you ask.
I think it's just so cool. Like nothing compares to it. You know, you're not gonna find.
What
any
does you
other- Oh.
All right. All right.
If you didn't know, that means me too in Japanese. But
Bro, what anime did you learn that from?
Yeah.
Stop.
No, Japan
All
is
at
sick though,
once.
and the yen is depreciated right now. It's a good time to go.
Depreciating?
Yeah.
So
it?
yeah, so the value of the yen relative to the dollar is depreciated. So it's better for us, worse for them.
Yeah. So
get
like
more yen
a
for the same amount of
dollar-
dollars.
Yeah, you get more for the dollar.
Mm.
okay.
Like
I'm getting
Mexico
that
is
flight.
like constantly depreciating against the US
Yeah.
dollar.
For
It
me,
started being more constant, but it's always been pretty bad.
Pretty- yeah.
Which is why you go to Mexico and it's like $1 for like 6 tacos.
for me,
Yeah, like
my
I think
study
like
abroad-
right now it's like 19, 20 for $1.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Maybe I should go to
Really good.
Mexico.
Yeah. It's rough. It's a little rough right now. First impression of us.
First impression.
Yeah.
I thought Diego was like a frat boy.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
actually very
I
common.
can see it.
I thought he was like a frat boy, like actually.
What, like American frat or like Latino, like multicultural frat?
Not like
Like you're Latino and the white boy
Saw,
frat.
dude.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
like
like
I made it
Kappa,
into, like-
like Kappa,
Yeah.
Like,
KA,
I'm in like
Mr.
KA,
K.
Lambda,
Yep.
SNU.
Like that.
Like that. Like that's what I thought of you at first.
Why?
Makes
Can I ask
sense.
why?
I guess like just like you're like
Look at your
Like-
drip.
like you
Exactly.
just
You really
you-
got the drip
you,
down.
like you have like
You
that
have the
like laid back
uniform.
demeanor, you know?
You got the
uniform.
Yeah, that and also too like I feel like you're very laid back, so that's why too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'll take laid back.
Yeah.
Ashley, honestly, I don't think I was wrong at all. I thought she was just really nice, which that's exactly what she
Fair.
is.
Very nice and personable. Like I don't think it's changed, but
Yeah.
that's what it was.
That's what I try. You know, that's my goal. Make people feel welcome.
Succeeding.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's your
I
guys'
appreciate
goal at Alpha? Like, if you could leave one thing for the members, for future people, what would it be?
What we want to leave, like
Your
for
legacy.
Alpha,
You want people to remember you by?
the Alpha Familia podcast.
Ooh. Nah, you guys will succeed at that.
I said the same
For
thing
sure.
too, but it's like more of like I want to inspire people to like be creative and like just do things like think outside the box and like figure out a way how they can they can figure out a way to like make whatever they're trying to get across to an audience, like make that like professionally how we're doing with Alpha, how they can do that like in these other settings.
I also just want like fun people to take over this.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
even better than us.
Start curating. Start picking your people.
Probably
It's
should.
coming
Huh?
up. Yeah.
Same with
Get
Ebor.
some
Which
mentors.
one people
Oh my
better
God,
than
we're
us?
getting old.
You guys are already getting.
Oh,
You guys are gonna be juniors.
Back in my day, that was like last semester, but back in my
Exactly.
day, bro, when I ran the podcast, it was very like tight knit, like small community, and I feel like if you want to take this role and be serious with it and actually like go far, like go places, you gotta be funny, you gotta be attractive, obviously.
Honestly, it's a crazier time commitment than I expected.
Nah, it is though.
You're not
Nah.
gonna be attracted to the podcast, bro. I promise you that. I'm looking at one person right now that I know damn well that shit.
Exactly.
All right, bro. Throw up the highlight reel again.
Oh my God.
Throw up that reel of him. Boom.
Pie.
Yeah.
Just
No, but yeah,
pie,
it's like-
pie.
Being a podcast host, editor, and like coordinator is a lot of work. Like even between us two, it's a lot. Like with the
Like,
committee,
Yeah, seeing you
Everything.
guys set everything up and like
yeah,
the mics.
it's a whole process.
It's made everyone on the board recognize it too. I think like
Yeah.
everyone's kind of realizing how much work is really into that. I thought it was useless at first. I was like, no one cares, bro. But it's a lot of work.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Thank you.
No, I don't like what other. Like who else is doing this on campus? You know.
Nobody, they ain't doing it like Alpha.
You guys are
I'm gonna get rid of that
trendsetters.
soundboard.
You guys are trendsetters.
Yep.
Thank you for coming on the podcast with us. We appreciate it. Ashley, thank you for coming back and finish this episode with us. Great questions got answered. We learned a lot about Diego, how much like he loves pie.
A lot of pie jokes in this episode.
Whipped cream.
Yeah. Convention.
Go to convention or go to Alpha so you could go to convention.
Yeah.
Elections.
Do that. Run for elections.
Elections.
Of course.
Just
Don't
come-
forget to-
if you see us on campus, come talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I might be
Personable.
Not Diego. Don't
Not
talk
Diego.
To
Except for Diego.
You can talk to us, sir.
busy. You could talk to me too, but gotta be like nonchalant.
But we gotta be quick about it.
You gotta come like with the pie in hand and like he'll like, and then he'll smile.
You gotta have like the frat hat on, the fur to like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to come
What's
with
up,
like
bro? Diego, bro. What's up, dude?
some Allbirds and like he's some like 40K watch in your hand to
Exactly.
gift him, or you won't talk.
All right,
to
how
him.
much do you think this watch is?
250.
How much do you think the band alone was?
100.
5K.
400.
It was $5.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, we can tell.
We're just
Yeah.
gonna edit that to say
Never
500.
All right.
I'm gonna cut it.
No, that's what Pina says all the time, doesn't he? He says that all the time. Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could tell.
This the Alpha Familia
Podcast.
the one with
Ashley.
Alpha Energy.
Thank you for watching.
Ciao.
Gracias.
Like, comment, subscribe, share it to friends.
This ice cream is so good.
All right. Outro music.
Look, I just want to say this one like, real quick.
So I study your bro.
A destination. If I had to choose, it would have to be
Oh my
Thailand.
God.
Have you seen White Lotus?
I have actually. That's how I want to go.
You know, that's why you want to go.
Bro, you're gonna move from that soundboard.